Are you a family caregiver for somebody with dementia or maybe just a older senior? Then let's talk about activities. Are you trying to keep them busy? Because there are good ways to keep people busy and bad ways. I'm Nurse Karen, and I've been a registered nurse for 30 years, and I've owned my own care home for the last 10 years. So I have lots of experience keeping people busy and helping them to live a good life until the end. And one of those things that bothers me the most out there is activities. When you go to big facilities, you see this big, beautiful calendar. But if you look at their calendar, some of those facilities' calendars are full of meaningless activities. And that's one of the things I love about Teepa Snow is that she is a dementia expert who believes in meaningful or purposeful activities for people with dementia. And I think that this belief applies to non-dementia patients also. So whether you're caring for a dementia patient or just for a person who's later in life, I think we need to focus more on purposeful activities. And what does that mean? And how do I utilize that? So one of the things that I love to do is have people who live with me fold towels. The kitchen towels are really ideal because they're not too big. They are easy to do when they're sitting in a wheelchair or in a recliner, and I bring them the pile of kitchen towels. We use cloth napkins, so they get to fold cloth napkins, washcloths. All of those things are super easy to fold, and it gives people meaning. And the best thing to do is to say, I have a pile of laundry here, and I really could use your help with the folding. Would you mind? And then after they do the folding, no matter whether they did a great job or a bad job, I always say, thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate your help. You did a great job. And do you know that I think that that is the best way to solve dementia problems around depression? People want to feel needed and useful. They want to feel like they have a purpose in life. And when we provide that opportunity through the things that people are used to doing, normal everyday activities, then people will feel better about themselves and their disease condition. So, what other purposeful activities do I love to use with people who are in the later stage of life? So, we talked about folding. Another great one is setting the table. People that can get around pretty easily are very capable of setting the table. I have a gentleman right now who lives with me, and he loves to clear the table. He reaches around all the people around him and gets all those plates all piled up and puts them on our middle spinner so that he can spin them around to me, and I lift the pile and take it to the counter. And he feels real purpose in being able to help with the clearing of the table. And so helping with those easy tasks, even if it takes longer for them to do it than if you had just done it, is a great thing. But always congratulate people and tell them how much you appreciate their help. So what other things are meaningful activities that can be helpful? That same gentleman who likes to clear the table, he loves to pass out the bananas to everyone. It's a good thing that everyone in the house right now loves eating bananas because he's passing them out, making sure everyone gets a banana. So being concerned for other people is a great thing for them to do. And hopefully those other people can provide some of those thank yous to them. And if not, if you as the caregiver tell them thank you. But so can they help with younger kids? What can they help with that they are capable? And don't just because they've got memory problems think, oh, they can't do that. There is a lot that people can still do, even if they don't know where they are and who they are. It's amazing how some of those easy things that we do when we're young can continue to be things that we can do when we're older. And so I've had people that love to do dishes. That's a pretty easy thing to do as long as someone can stand up. From a sitting position, people love to help with baking and cooking. I will just bring the ingredients to the table instead of doing it at the counter, and they can do the stirring. They can help put things into the muffin tins. They can, if they're still have good hand use, they can chop vegetables and fruits. Um, but so find things that they can help with as a normal part of the house. Those are the best things for creating a feeling of purpose. Other people love to garden, so maybe you can have some big pots that they can take care of the flowers, taking off the dead ones, giving them water. That's a great thing for people to do. So I urge you to think about all of those kinds of things rather than just finding entertainment. It's easy to just say, well, we're just going to play bingo and we're going to watch TV. But if you can find things that are things that they can help with their self-worth, and therefore their depression level will all be much higher, and it will make them more pleasant to be around. The other good thing is that if they're working at things and doing things, it will make them tired, which will help them to sleep better at night. And that's always a problem with older people, is that sometimes they get into this bad habit of being awake at night. And so by keeping them busy with purposeful activities during the day, you'll help solve some of those sleep problems. If you'd like to have more of my tips that I've learned over the last 30 years, type tips in the comments below and I will send you my free easy caregiving guide. And then check out my videos to learn more easy caregiving.